Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. And the Tar Heels will kick it away and start us off. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They're going to run it here. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Again, makes it 2nd and medium. They're going to run the option. The back's got it on the pitch. Tackle made, but it's enough for the first down. A well-executed option play.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Well, Kirk, you played in plenty of rivalry games. How do they feel different from the others?
Well, Chris, rivalry games, and depending on who the coach is, this is a game you think about all year. You know, you're working out in the weight room. You're doing drills and some are two-a-days. Everything is focused on getting to this game and playing your very best.
2nd down after that previous play. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Takes the ball and heads to the left. Solid run. Tackled at the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Crucial 3rd down play coming up after that run. They'll try to run for the first down. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Loss of 1. Offense facing 4th down.
The Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away.
Formation to kick it away.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. Return brought down. Sets up the next drive. First down here for this offense. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Are we going to see a repeat? Remember, last time these teams played, it got ugly.
Chris, that's one of those games you just hate to see in a rivalry game. It gets so one-sided. Hoping today to see this defense play much better.
On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Receiver makes the catch. It's a big gain across midfield all the way to the 39-yard line. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line, because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
And the Tar Heels pick up enough yardage for a first down. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Eludes a tackle. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. Ouch. Late contact with the quarterback. An obvious call. And the Tar Heels line it up with 1st and goal. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Runs into the teeth of that defense, picks up just a couple of yards.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
He'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Wow, that is an impressive start for an emotional game like this. To be so efficient, to click like that early is impressive.
Well, it's very impressive and a great way to start for this team because all the build-up and all the hype, now you can just settle in and play your game.
And the PAT makes it 7-0.
That makes the score North Carolina 7.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back.
Set to kick this one away.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Big Forest sends the offense back out on the field now. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Ball handed to the running back. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Second down play coming up. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. The sure hands. It's West. We get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion.
You know, they're completing passes, but they're not getting the ball downfield. It puts a lot of pressure on your receivers to make plays after the catch. Now you're 3rd down and long. You're going to have to get the ball thrown downfield if you want to be able to put drives together.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And he's going to float this one to the right side. Catch made way down to the 25. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Demon Deacons.
Boy, we see more and more of this in college football. You have to get the right guy in that slot. They can win the one-on-one matchups. You take some chances. Here they got the matchup that they wanted and hit it for the touchdown.
And the PAT is good.
Score tied 7-7.
Getting set to kick the ball off now.
13. Set to kick it away.
That one sails out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Makes a quick catch. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Game moves the ball to the 40. It'll be first down. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. The defense drops him for a loss. He went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now.
This is not how you draw it up as an offensive coordinator. You got a first down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
Short pass finds the tight end. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Running back grabs it on a screen. And the defense stops him short of the marker in that screen. Fourth down coming up.
Now the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screenplay. Nice positive gain for the offense.
The offense will go for it on this fourth down near midfield. Direct snap to the back. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
What a job by this offense picking up the first down. You know, as a play caller, you look at where you are in the field. If you punt it, there's a chance it goes into the end zone for a touchback. If you kick the field goal, it's a really long kick. So this is a great opportunity to be aggressive and pull the trigger to try to come up with a big play. They get it, keep the drive alive, and now they can get a touchdown.
And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? They'll run the option. Pitch play to the back. Brought down after a big gain and a first down. Defense, no answer for the option that time.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And at first down, they go right back to him. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. When they don't block the defensive end, it shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
It's a quick grab. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. And they finally stop him at the 3. The offense really threatening now.
Oh, the read option here. The quarterback keeps it. I thought he was going to get out and maybe take this downfield for big yards. The defense very fortunate to keep him to a shorter gain.
All right, second down and goal now for this offense. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, North Carolina.
Touchdown, North Carolina.
Now the all-important extra point. The PAT is good. They go up a touchdown, 14-7. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
North Carolina, 14. Wake Forest, 7.
He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Wake Forest offense back out on the field now. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Takes the handoff. It's Smith. It tests the middle but gets stuck. That one goes nowhere.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Keeping it on the ground here. He moves the ball out past the 25-yard line.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop.
Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. And the coverage team able to bring him down.
And the North Carolina offense will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Heavy pressure, he lets it go. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. So after the incompletion, it's second down. Quarterback drops back. Caught over the middle. It's Jackson. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
He's running out of time here. The sophomore able to get home with the sack. Defense spends their second timeout to try to regroup.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Someone on the line there moved a bit early. Offense gets a 5-yard penalty. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. And the Tar Heels will bring the punt team onto the field. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Guys up front lined up. It's first down. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Clear movement before the snap, and it'll be a false start. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Incompletion sets up a second down. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Using his legs on the scramble. Gets loose, able to scramble for a solid gain. Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Looking for a deep completion. The pass is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's take it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
North Carolina, 14, Wake Forest.
And the Demon Deacons will kick this away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. The North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Important 2nd down play coming up. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Finds an open target on the left side. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it, you convert, and you keep working that clock.
And the Tar Heels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Working his way inside the 15. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And the Tar Heels churn out another first down. And they'll use the ground game here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
The quarterback's got it on the option. He'll toss it to the back. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
So here we go, 3rd down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Brought down at the 3, but that's enough for a 1st and goal.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
And the Tar Heels will line up now. It's 1st and goal. Looking to the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, UNC. Well, the energy really building now, Kirk. If they're not careful, this could get ugly.
Chris, this offense has been impressive the entire game. And one of the great things about rivalry games is you'll never forget this kind of performance.
PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
Wake Forest, 7.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Wake Forest sends the offense back out on the field now. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession, ended in a pick. There's the handoff. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. On the junior, gets home, making a sack there.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Offense flinching before the snap. That'll cost them 5. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this 1st down? Quick throw to his receiver. Well, the defender makes the catch, but it's ruled out of bounds, so incomplete.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
They finally get him, but he found a nice lane in that return, and that means good starting field position for this drive. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. The pocket breaking down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Using his legs here. And he decides to step out of bounds, avoiding the contact. Doesn't have enough for the 1st down.
Good awareness here by this defense, keeping their eyes on the quarterback, knowing that he's a potential threat. That time, before he can get out, they keep him to a short gain.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. There's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Touchdown, North Carolina. Number 8.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. They convert the PAT, so the lead is now 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
North Carolina, 28. Wake Forest, 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. this offense back out on the field now. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure a defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, North Carolina 28, Wake Forest 7.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Quarterback leaves the pocket, on the move now. He lets it go on the move. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. 1st down, looking to throw the football. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Oh, the pass is picked off. Can he take it all the way? Across midfield. And he steps out of bounds. A solid return and a great play to set up his offense here.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the 2nd half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
They'll run it from the gun. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Now it's 2nd down here. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want, whenever we feel like doing it.
They'll run it here. There's the tackle, but 1st down yardage.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
And the Tar Heels keep the football on the move. Handoff here from the shotgun. Runs through the defender. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now.
Well, you're inside the red zone, which means you can't come away with anything less than 3 points. But you know this offense is thinking about a touchdown. They're trying to get to that end zone. They go with the toss play. The big boys up front being mobile, moving around, and the running back trying to get behind them to find yards. It's exactly what he did there.
They've already converted once on 4th down this game. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 2. They'll run it here. The fullback gets the carry. So the choice to go for it doesn't pan out this time.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
The defense gets him, but it's a first down. Shows you how dangerous he can be scrambling.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Taken down, but not before he makes the first down.
Here the defense was committed to stop the run. And in an RPO, that's a dangerous thing to do. The quarterback sensed that and just pulled the ball out, got it out to the right flat for some good yards.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. And the quarterback dropping back. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. Oh, and the lob is intercepted near the sideline.
Well, that interception really about cost him the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back. A couple scores, but the interception for the most part seals the deal for the defense.
And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. Hands off to the left. And he's tackled just short of the midfield line at the 49.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.